Welcome to JMR Talks. Today we will discuss something about what constitutes a healthy work environment. Do we need healthy leaders? Now, thanks to COVID, the emphasis got shifted from physical health to what I call mental health, emotional well-being, etc. We also heard about what I call great resignation. People unable to what I call bear the stress and all that, looking for green pastures, etc. etc. Now, what is a healthy work environment? A healthy work environment is one which boosts the productivity of the employees, improves their morale, thereby making them more loyal and committed to the organization. Some of you must have heard about the Gallup survey conducted a couple of years back, wherein they were trying to find out what makes a great manager or what makes a what we call great workplace. A place where people love to come and work. And based on their what I call detailed and extensive survey, they found that outstanding performance of the organization depends on outstanding performance of the people, because all other factors are either affordable, available, or accessible. And outstanding performance of the people depends on how strong and vibrant the work environment is, in creating which the managers play a what I call crucial role. So environment, plays a what I call key role in deciding and determining what I call their morale and how far they are committed to the organization to put their what I call best efforts. Now, why we are talking about what I call healthy leadership? We have discussed enough about what I call leadership. We talked about autocratic leadership, benevolent leadership, then transactional leadership, transformational leadership. Then some people spoke about enough leadership, authentic leadership, and thanks to the current our Prime Minister Modi ji, we also started talking about the servant leadership. Now, who is this healthy leader or healthy leadership? Healthy leader is someone who understands the importance of what I call healthy work environment and looks after the mental and emotional well-being of the people. That means, unlike what I call the earlier past, wherein the emphasis was on what I call physical health, today the organizations in general and the leaders in particular need to focus more on the mental and the emotional well-being. When they are in what I call good mood, when the morale is what I call sound, they'll come forward to what I call give their best. Now, what do these leaders do to become healthy leaders? They reduce stress. First of all, they try to what I call prevent it. Then, if at all something is unavoidable, they try to reduce it, and they believe in what I call open communication. And last but not the least is that they create a safe space. Now, who should take the what I call responsibility for creating such an environment? Definitely, the leaders in general, by setting a vision, that kind of thing, and the managers in particular, they should take the responsibility to create such a healthy work environment. Now, what is so special about this healthy work environment? The key cornerstones of this healthy work environment are dignity, integrity, honesty, and compassion. Look at the word compassion. Earlier we were talking about empathy, but thanks to the COVID, empathy has become an obsolete word, and the need of the hour has become what we call compassion. That's fine. Now, how to create a healthy workplace? Number one, reduce stress. As we have seen, about the great resignation, why people are leaving. It's not that they don't what we call wish to work. Maybe what we call they were unable to what we call feel the stress, face the stress or manage the stress. So what the leaders should do, or what the manager should do, they should allow them to what we call recharge. When you allow them to what we call recharge and recoup, they'll come back with full force to give their best. And second, realistic expectations of performance. If the expectations or the targets are easy, people what we call may not be what we call challenged as such. So you keep them little bit stretch, but the performance expectation must be realistic. I remember when I was a branch manager at Anantapur, The then managing director wanted me to what call sanction 50 crore what call loans. But the situation was that for the last what call 3 4 years there were no rains, and Anantapur economy what call revolves around what call groundnut crop. So no rains, what call no groundnut crop. Now how will you what call sanction the what call loans? Recognizing the efforts, not the outcomes. We know the difference between complicated and complex. Complicated issues could always be what I call resolved with little bit effort and all that. But what I call complex issues sometimes what I call beyond the control of the people as such. So should we what I call focus on recognizing the efforts of the people but not the outcomes? Could the organization what I call think of offering some additional benefits to reduce the stress, like offering what I call flexi hours, offering what I call child care at the workplace, free lunches, meditation, what I call centers, etc., etc. The second one is what I call communicate openly. My guru from IIM Kolkata, Professor Ranjan Das, used to tell me, Jagan, communication is the hallmark of management. It is the communication through which you communicate your vision, your expectations, etc., etc. But how you communicate what I call matters a lot. We know that everyone what I call makes mistakes. It is said that to err is what I call human, and to forgive is what I call divine. As a manager, as a leader, are you looking at what I call the mistakes or failures as an opportunity to learn and extending what I call required help, them to what I call overcome them? Now, whenever your associates face any problem, why not acknowledge it and work through a solution? That what I call builds an excellent environment for cooperation and what I call collaboration. Now, information is the what I call key. When you are hiding the information from the people, it leads to what I call suspicion, mistrust, etc. In fact, I keep telling my would-be managers that they should always involve, inform, and inspire with their what I call transparent leadership or the direction, so that people give their best. The last one, create a what I call safe space. Nowadays we are talking about psychological safety, vulnerability, etc., etc. What is so special about psychological safety? Psychological safety refers to a situation wherein people could freely express their opinions, their views, and all that. Now, for this to happen, do you what I call know your people? Do you communicate with them on a regular basis? Are you what I call reasonable? What I call in terms of your expectations and all that? Are you addressing the issues immediately and directly, or what I call covering the what I call problems beneath the carpet? It's always good to create a private and what I call a secure space, a space where they can what I call experiment, where they could what I call learn and what I call improve. Let the focus be what I call on improve. So fine here. So reducing the what I call stress, indulging in open communication, and what I call creating a safe space, what could become a healthy leader or a healthy manager. Now, but the moot question arises as to how to check, am I what I call a healthy manager or a healthy leader? You could ask couple of questions like this. How do they feel about the workload? Do they feel it is appropriate or they are overloaded? Do they feel frustrated? Are they coming for help to resolve any conflict, any problem? Do they admit to what I call their mistakes? How they feel about their role in the what I call the bigger picture? Now, when I am talking about a bigger picture, I am reminded of a what I call small story. Now, once a TV crew was visiting what I call hospital to know what makes that hospital a most frequented place kind of thing. So after what I call interviewing the doctors, technicians, etc., etc., when the TV crew was about to what I call pack up and leave, the head of the what I call TV crew saw a person in cramped clothes lean towards a wall and asked, "Hey, what's up?" First of all, that guy could not what I call understood, when the TV crew head, repeats, "What's up?" He says, "I am the one who, protects or who helps, what I call, 150 what I call lives." Then the TV crew, what I call, gets what I call shocked. How come he's helping, 150 people to live what I call, in a healthy way and all that? Then on, close observation, he finds that this man was standing outside of what I call intensive care unit. He's a janitor. So what the janitor does? He takes care of what I call hygienic environment. So that means the management of the hospital succeeded in imbibing, inculcating about how important what I call keep the place what I call hygienic as such. Now, do they feel proud of what I call the vision of the organization? Do they feel comfortable being together? Do they share ideas with you? If you are going to get positive answers for some of these what I call these things, definitely you are a healthy leader or a healthy manager, or maybe in the process of what I call evolving as a what I call healthy one as such. Now, when I'm talking about these things, I am reminded of what I call 12 employment engagement questions what I call in the Gallup survey. Like do I have a friend? Is there somebody to what I call recognize and all that? So, in conclusion, I could say a healthy work environment is what I call need of the hour. When a leader in general and a manager in particular work towards creating a healthy work environment, an environment full of what I call psychological safety, where people are free to what I call to express their ideas, experiment, learn and improve, definitely it creates what I call a key role in forming their attitudes and efforts towards the organizations for giving their best. Not only that, a healthy work environment what I call improves the performance of the organization in general, and also what I call improves the retention. So let's hope that the managers in particular and the leaders in general in the times to come will work towards creating a healthy work environment. Thank you. Mera Bharat Mahan.